Marshall Davis. It's incongruous to me to hear people suggest it doesn't work. That can't happen. Is it at its peak war fighting design and software load at the moment? No, it has got one more step to come.
With the Chief of the Air Force, with representatives of the manufacturer of the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, which will be in operation with the Royal Australian Air Force by 2020. I'm very pleased to say that the government has decided to acquire an additional 58 of these state-of-the-art aircraft. This is one of the largest defence purchases that Australia has ever made. It will ensure our edge as a regional power. It will also, as well as maintaining the effectiveness of our Air Force, it will also be a very substantial boost.
The JSF remains a work in progress, but by the time the RAF buys its aircraft, the next design and software upgrade should be complete and the F-35S will be significantly more capable than Hornets or Super Hornets. Air Marshal Davis says the results of the intense Red Flag air combat exercise in the US absolutely cement our view that this is the right aeroplane for Australia. US media is talking about a 15-to-1 kill ratio in favour of the F-35 against older generation fighters in the exercise in which RAF air crews took part. Though some commentators have raised questions about the significance of that figure. The officer responsible for the Australian end of the US-led multinational JSF program says the aircraft will revolutionise the way the nation fights wars far into the future. The head of the RAF's JSF Capability and Sustainment Group, Air Vice Marshal Lee Horden, says 4 factors give the F-35 its 5th-generation edge: stealth, sensors, fusion and data sharing. 2 factors stand out. One is the phenomenally powerful cutting-edge radar. The other is the Distributor Aperture System, or DAS. Cameras which give the pilot a 360-degree infrared view of the world. The third element is the way all of that information is fused together to give the pilot unparalleled situational awareness. A fourth element is the JSF's ability to quickly share the vast amount of information it gathers with air, land and naval forces. It will allow us to operate in the high-threat environments we will need to operate in if we end up in a conflict. Air Vice Marshal Gordon is confident that the first of the 72 JSFs on order for the RAF will be based in Australia by December 2018 and the first operational squadron and a training squadron will reach IOC by December 2020.
Air superiority is a fundamental pillar of air power, but more so, it is an essential prerequisite for the Australian way of modern joint warfare. Without it, our nation's ground and naval forces would be required to fight in very radically different ways. But gaining and maintaining air superiority is not easy. It requires trained, very proficient and ready aircrew. It also requires large numbers of very capable and technically superior aircraft.
3 squadrons will be fully combat ready in 2023. Group Captain Glenn Beck has been a fighter pilot all his adult life and is now director of the RAF's Air Combat Transition Office. He served in Iraq in 2003 as a flight commander and he's trained many of the RAF's top pilots. The aim, he says, isn't just to see aircraft delivered and hangars built for them but to get to a mature and self-sustaining system with fully trained pilots ready for operations. With F-35 we are on a massive learning curve. He says RAF specialists deeply embedded in the program in the US are well placed to identify any problems with the JSF. 2 RAF pilots are in the US instructing international pilots to fly the JSF and 3 others are training them to become instructors. When you compare JSF to other options, when you look out past the 2030s, looking at the global strategic situation and where technology is going, it is the standout choice as the best solution to Australia's air power needs. The guys love how it flies. It's very easy to operate. The JSF is designed for what the pilots call BVR, beyond visual range, combat, but the Australian pilots say it can dogfight as well. Group Captain Beck says it's all about what the fighter pilots call the kill chain. Do I have more options than the bad guys to stay alive longer, and then do I have more options to fight than the bad guys? I don't care if they find me if they can't track me and target me. If they do find me, then